The Oregon Vortex House. The tourist was feeling nervous. After all, it was going to be his first trip away from Canada, his first experience. But he had thought he had picked a good one. The Oregon Vortex's website boasted about how it had a magical area with unique phenomena. It went on to say that the vortex made you stand crooked, and also made you seem to grow taller. The tourist liked this site because he knew this was just an illusion. It wasn't like any of the other "come see the haunted house" attractions. The mystery house in the vortex was the only thing remotely haunted, and even that used to be an old mining office and not an actual house. It slid off its foundation, and that was all there was to it. This wasn't very scary. It was just an unusual area, meaning he would have no nightmares or new phobias from the trip. When the tourist got there, he was shocked. The parking lot wasn't in the vortex, but he could already see the vortex's effects plainly, as there was a tourist standing true north from the ground, seemingly unaware of their strange positions. The tourist was spooked, and considered for a second that he should go back and see something somewhere else. But then he quickly dismissed the thought. After all, he was paying someone to tour him around privately. No refunds, he remembered the waiver saying as he signed the paper the tour office handed him. At that moment, a car drove up. "Hey, are you the person I need to show around?" said the guide who stepped out of the car. Yes, I am," said the tourist, suppressing a shiver. "This is it, Oregon Vortex," said the guide. The tourist walked after the guide, and immediately shook in terror. The vortex he had just stepped into had made everything turn sideways. "Oh, that's just the normal reaction," the guide said. The tourist, after waiting until the world stopped spinning, got used to the new perspective that had been forced upon him so rapidly. As he went through the mystery house, he heard a noise. A little noise, sure, but definitely a noise. The noise sounded like a horse neighing. Excuse me, but what's that noise?" said the tourist. "What noise?" asked the guide, stopping. "Well, the noise of a horse neighing," mumbled the tourist. "That's impossible," retorted the guide, loudly. He then continued more quietly, after shushes from other tour guides around the area. "Animals are frightened by the vortex. No animal can come on the vortex grounds, not even one." The tourist shook it off as an adverse side effect to the effects of the vortex, and the tour continued. The backyard was where he heard it again. He had just done a trick with the guide in which you grew taller after switching with your partner. After a quick "say vortex" by some helpful visitors who were just passing by, the camera showed the trick in all its glory. "Pretty neat, huh?" said the guide. The tourist was about to say he thought he saw spinach in his own teeth when he heard another noise. A noise that again sounded like a horse neighing. The noise was also accompanied by the sound of thundering hooves. Did you hear that?" said the tourist, looking around wildly, but seeing no horses anywhere. "Hear what? More imaginary horse sounds again," said the guide, putting away his camera and crossing his arms. And thundering hooves, like a horse stampeding," said the tourist, unaware of the sarcasm that was just directed at him. "It's nothing. Listen, it's probably just your mind playing tricks on you," said the guide. Okay, I guess that makes sense, said the tourist, shaking his boots as they continued on the tour. They were in the mystery house when he heard the horse neighing again. Just my brain playing tricks on me, the tourist muttered under his breath. But it sounded like it was closer. And coming nearer, the door to the mystery house suddenly banged open, and in the doorway appeared a horse, rearing up and neighing wildly. "Run!" somebody called. The guide called out, "This way!" And the tourist didn't think twice. He ran for that very definitely haunted mystery house, the guide close behind, saying, "I guess it wasn't a trick at all," as he ran. The tourist thought, "It was a ghost horse, just like the time I went to the Calgary Stampede. We're going to die." Then he thought, did the foundation of that house just shift? Will we ever escape? They were outside the vortex now, the perspective suddenly twisting back upright. He didn't notice the change. He was too busy running from the horse, which was running towards the two frightened people. They ran until they could not anymore, and the horse was about to catch up to him, when suddenly a shout sounded. "Whoa!" said a voice behind the horse. The horse halted in her tracks. The tourist was confused. "Who are you?" the guide called out, panting. "Oh, sorry," said the farmer. "Sorry about old Dasher. She's a troublemaker and jumped the fence. I had to run all the way here, and she was frightened of me. I tried to stop her from doing too much damage," said the farmer, brow dripping with strength. "Well, thanks," the tourist snarled. "I was right. It was all a misunderstanding," said the guy. "Wait, I thought you said animals can't go into the vortex," yelled the tourist. "What a fake." The farmer hooked up the lead to Dasher and led her away, leaving the two people alone. "So, do you want to see our gift shop?" offered the guide, with little hope. "No, I think I've had enough experience today," said the tourist sarcastically. As the guide walked away, the tourist muttered, "How was I ever afraid of this place?" The tourist then stormed away into his car and drove off. Dasher was being led away from the house when suddenly she heard a noise. She turned around and saw the loosened foundation of the mystery house slowly slide all the way down the hill. Just before it crashed at the bottom and out of the vortex, it stopped. With a groan, like one of a great beast, it slithered back up the hill. "Come on," said the farmer with a shudder, and Dasher went back to looking ahead and walking